The top 20 most valuable pets in Adopt.me of 2026. Coming in at pet number 20 is the Peppermint penguin. Honestly, I was surprised that this is the 20th most valuable pet to actually exist in the game, and it's not even a legendary. This ultra rare is worth 26 in value, which is a significant amount of value, guys. For anyone curious, one value is the equivalent of one ride potion. So to go and get yourself a Peppermint penguin, you'd realistically be looking at buying 26 ride potions to have to go and trade for it. But remember, you can only trade 18 items at once, so make sure you don't go and do like a cross trade where you get it in the second half, because you'll probably get scammed. A Mega Neon Peppermint penguin is worth 274 in value. If you get 274 and divided by 16, the amount that you need to go and make a Mega Neon, it comes to 17.1 per value per pet. So statistically, you're kind of better off going and not making it into a mega and trading it as regular. Same for going and making a neon, you kind of actually lose value, because obviously if you need 4 to make a neon and a neon's only worth 79, but 4 is worth 104, you're actually better off not making it a neon on this occasion. Number 19, the Cryptid, the pet that has been significantly rising in value and very quickly. Honestly, I'm very surprised that this pet has shot up so much in value, because it didn't even come out that long ago. It literally came out at Halloween, so how in the world is this pet that valuable? What? Now, if you can't remember, the Cryptid is a pet that transforms into multiple variations: an ugly goat, a deer, I guess, or a fox, whatever you want to call it, and of course the dragon. Those are all of the variations, and then the regular little dog. This thing was originally 1500 Robux, and now it is worth 30. That's insane. That's actually really decent. Now, again, if you were to go and try and calculate this, are you better off going and making this thing mega, or are you better off keeping it regular? In most occasions, you are better off going and keeping the value and trading a non-mega. You'll go and get 30 value compared to 27.6. Obviously, a Mega Neon Cryptid is still worth an absolutely insane amount of value. Pet number 18 is the Haetae. Again, a pet that was Robux. It came out last year. I was about to say this year, but we're in 2026 now. And yeah, this thing was 1,000 Robux. There was a limited amount. I think they only made like 100,000 or something. I can't remember the exact number. But because there is only a specific amount that can be got, that's why this pet is so valuable. Pretty much the same as the Cryptid. I don't think it's as nice of a pet. And the Mega is worth 463 in value. That's insane. That is actually crazy. I've been planning on going and making a Mega Neon Haetae. I've actually aged up pretty much enough right here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, maybe I need another one. I plan on going and making a Mega Neon myself. On this occasion, it's actually not that bad of a loss going and making this thing mega. So it's not really a terrible idea if you make it mega. It actually doesn't gain value. Again, you still be losing value, but not too much value. And I feel like the mega of this pet might increase in value significantly, but only one way to find out. Coming in at pet number 17 is the Arctic reindeer, available from the Christmas egg in 2019, coming in at a value of 40. Again, one ride potion is 1 value point, is a good relatable equation. We're actually calling them cookies, by the way, so this is 40 cookies worth. And the value website that we're using is called Adopt From Me. These are based off of real trades, accurate trading information, calculates all of the information from every single value website, condenses it into one, and bases it off of real trades. And it comes in at 40. Now, the Mega Neon is only worth 317, which is kind of surprising. I guess there's less demand for the Mega Neon, which is kind of crazy, because you need more than 10 to make a Mega Neon, and it's worth 317. So yeah, don't be going and making a Neon Arctic reindeer, because if you do, you literally lose like the value of 2 Arctic reindeers by making it Neon, which is kind of crazy to think. Coming in at number 16 is a Dalmatian, a Robux pet from 2019 with a value of 42. This is a pet that released the same date as the Frost Dragon, and it costs you 250 Robux compared to a Frost Dragon costing you 1,000 Robux. So is 4 Dalmatians worth of Frost Dragon? Actually, we'll find out later in case you want to take note. We'll do the calculations. Now, is a Mega Dalmatian actually worth making? Again, we can do the maths by literally just getting the mega number and then dividing it by 16, which would then equate to 1 Dalmatian being worth 32, and obviously a Dalmatian is worth 42. So again, pretty much every scenario, you are better off just like trading the base version. And the reason behind that is because sometimes people don't have enough value to go and trade for like a Mega Dalmatian, because the Mega Dalmatian is worth 500. Not that many Adopt Me players have an inventory of that goodness, if that makes any sense. Pet number 15, the Orchid Butterfly. What in the world? This pet is worth 44. Oh my goodness. So why is this pet worth so much? Well, each one was like 199 Robux and the odds were 40, 1 in 40, meaning this pet was technically 8,000 Robux-ish. So 8,000 Robux for one pet. 8,000 Robux is a lot of money. And then I guess if you divide 8,000 Robux by 155, that would be the equivalent of 51 ride potions. And obviously it's worth 44. So on a technicality, it kind of lost value. But a pet that came out in 2025, again, being on the top 20 list, really impressive. I didn't really realize that this pet was actually worth that much. And surprisingly, maybe on this occasion, having a Mega might actually be worth more. So we're going to get 710, divide that by 16. That is the equivalent of, oh my goodness, you might make a profit if you make this into a Mega. That is probably the first occasion we have seen that. That would be kind of impressive. I'm surprised, to be honest. Honestly, I'm very surprised by the amount of pets that released this year that are significantly this valuable. Coming in is the Giant Panda at pet number 14, available from the Crystal Egg and the Basic Egg, with a value of 48. And that's right, you can still hatch this thing. You can get this thing right now by literally hatching a Crystal Egg. Obviously, the odds are 0.01, which is the same as like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000. So your odds are on the very much down low, which is why this thing is that valuable. And a Mega Neon of this pet is, again, probably pretty decent. 815, divide that by 16, comes to a value of 50.9, meaning, again, you'd actually make a profit making this thing into a Mega Neon, because a regular one's worth 48, but a Mega is 815, so that if you divide it by that, you get 50.9 in value compared to 48, so that's kind of crazy. Following a similar scenario, the Blazing Lion is worth 50. Wowzers. Wowzer. Obviously, it's not obtainable compared to the Giant Panda, so it's theoretically more rare, and this amount is only going to keep decreasing as people go and make it into Megas or Neons, so I guess that does mean that the base value, like a non-Neon or a non-Mega, would continue to rise. Plus, it's a really nice looking pet. I understand why this one is in the top 20. Again, I think this released maybe last year or 2 years ago. You can let me know in the comments. The Diamond Butterfly basically follows a similar lead to the Orchid Butterfly, but a better version of it because, you know, it's older, basically. Again, in this scenario, don't go make your Diamond Butterflies Neon. Don't go making it Mega, especially Mega. You lose so much value making it Mega. But a Diamond Butterfly, very hard to go and get. At one point, this thing was worth Frost Dragons, but it has dropped significantly in value since then, which is a shame. But I call it like normalizing, okay? Because it was obviously inflated. A fan favorite of this year, or last 2 years, because this released in 2024, but obviously it shot up so much value in 2025, is the Balloon Unicorn, a pet that originally cost you 1,000 Robux, and it's now worth 54 in value. Very, very nice. It's a great pet. I'd love to have like a Mega Neon of this. It's very good. It keeps rising. I feel like it's kind of dropped recently, kind of maybe normalizing in value, but again, good to see more recent pets being in the top 20 list. I wasn't expecting the top 10 to include a Hedgehog, but it does. A 2019 pet costing you Gingerbread it's worth 56 in value. I mean, it's cute. We've not seen any remakes of a hedgehog, so I guess that's pretty decent. If Adopt.me goes and remakes a hedgehog, then this thing will probably lose a lot of value. But even in Mega Neon form, it's holding its weight. A Mega Neon is worth 721. Meanwhile, a regular is worth 56 cookies or 56 ride potions, whatever you'd like to go and use as an equation. Coming in at pet number 9 is honestly a pet that I didn't know was worth this much. I remember when I was going and making neons of this pet and giving it away for free on a live stream. The African Wild Dog, coming out in July of 2023, an ultra rare, worth 59. I feel like most people would look at this pet and not even realize that it's this valuable, because that was me until I checked out Adopt.me. I really wasn't aware that the value of an African Wild Dog was this significant. I don't know, I guess it's just continued to rise in value since 2023. It's not even like it's a adorable pet or like anything special in my eyes. I think it's just kind of like a regular looking dog. But with a value of 59, I would very much prefer all of the other pets that I have previously shown you, rather than going and owning an African Wild Dog. Up next is a fan favorite. It is the Evil Unicorn, costing you candy from Halloween in 2019. A Mega Neon is worth 615, a Neon is worth 165, and a regular is worth 83. Again, don't go making Neon Evil Unicorns in 2026. Why? Because if you do, you lose half your value. Literally, 2 Evil Unicorns is the same value as 1 Neon. So if you have 4 and you planned on making it Neon, you'd be better off going and trading it and getting 2 Neon Evil Unicorns in return, which is kind of insane. So that is the pet number 8. Coming in at number 7 is a crow, worth 101 in value, available from the farm egg. It's a crow, it's from one of the oldest eggs. It's a nice pet, and it's worth 101 in value. A Mega Neon is worth 856, and then a Neon is worth 224. Again, don't go making this thing Neon. If a Neon's worth 224 and a regular is worth 100, that means if you make it, if you had 4 crows, that's 404 value. Don't go making it Neon, you lose 200 in value, which is absolutely insane. Just trade 2 crows and an ad and you'd get a Neon Crow, which is insane. Now this one, I feel like it deserves top 6, is the Parrot. Coming out of the jungle egg, very high demand, worth 117 cookies, 117 ride potions, 117 value points, whatever you want to go and call this thing, in regular form. Mega Neon is worth 795. By the way, I'm basing the top 20 off of their base values, not their Mega Neon values, because some Mega Neon values are different, in case anyone was curious. Number 5 is the regular owl from a farm egg. Very high demand, a classic simple shape. Everyone would love one of these pets, and if they get one, they probably call it Boba. The amount of owls that I have seen called Boba is absolutely insane. So a Mega Neon is worth 1,299. Insane value. Again, don't be making Mega Neons in 2026. A regular owl is worth 147. If you were to go and make a Mega Owl, it would then bring down the value of each owl to 81. So again, don't be going and making those Megas. You lose so much value. If you have a regular owl or a Neon one, don't go and make it Mega Neon. I beg. It's bad idea. Okay, what's number 4? Honestly, I was expecting that. I thought this would be top 3. The Frost Dragon from the 2019 Christmas update, costing you 1,000 Robux, worth 170. A Neon is worth 377, and a Mega is worth 1,020. It actually only has a medium demand in Mega Neon, by the way, compared to very high demand in regular, because a Mega is worth 1,000, and as I mentioned earlier, not many people have 1,000 worth of value to go and make a pet like this, or to go and trade for a pet like that. So that's kind of why the top tier pets, medium demand compared to very high demand, because this one's more accessible, I'd say. Up next is the third rarest pet is a Giraffe, coming in at 217 value. Wow, 217 ride potions would cost you a lot of Robux. A Neon Giraffe is worth 497, and a Mega Giraffe 1,693. So much value on these pets. Now that does leave the top two. I think you guys can probably guess. If you haven't already, make sure you like this video and just subscribe, and make sure you use Adopt from me as your daily value trading website. As the second rarest pet is a Shadow Dragon. What used to be Adopt Me's rarest pet for a significant amount of time is now in second place. The Mega Neon Shadow Dragon comes in at a value of 1,795, with the regular being worth 333 ride potions. How much would 333 ride potions actually cost you? Well, it would cost you 51,000 Robux worth. How much is 51,000 Robux? That's like $500, right? I think. Is that $500? Because that's crazy. $500 worth of ride potions gets you one singular Shadow Dragon. Now let's compare that to the number one pet in 2026. Can you guess what it is? It is the Bat Dragon, worth 468 in value. I myself have a Neon one worth 1,171, and a Mega Neon is worth 3,075. That is crazy. Again, if you have 4 Neons, just trade 3 of them and you would get a Mega. My goal this year is to get a Mega Neon Bat Dragon. I definitely can do it because I've checked. I have a Neon that's worth like 1.1. I also have that Mega Frost that's already 2,000 in the value, and I've got a lot of other pets that I can go and offer to try and go and get a Mega Neon Bat Dragon. That's the goal this year, to go and trade for this Mega Neon Bat Dragon inside of Adopt Me. Now this is the top 20 list. If you want to go and check out the list yourself, head to Adopt from me. You can check out values. You can go and use the trading calculator to go and help you understand trades, get you fair trades, and shows you all of the in-demand pets and everything that you need to know in Adopt Me for trading. If you enjoyed this video, press the button on the right hand side of the screen to check out another video that YouTube thinks you're going to love to watch next. Or to check out my real life channel for non-gaming content, press the button in the bottom left. And I hope to see you there.